Hello, everybody, and welcome to a continuation of our series from Game Cafe, the first regional of 2014 for Netrunner. I'm Steven.
And I'm Tim.
And we are members of Team Covenant, and we're looking at this game. This is the second round of the winner's bracket here. And we have Lucas Lee on the right playing against myself, Stephen Wooley on the left.
Harmony Medtech versus Noise.
Harmony Medtech versus Noise. Isn't the meta in a beautiful place?
I love it. It's great.
I would say so.
It's everything you want in life.
And this is gonna be a wild round. I obviously know a little bit about it, but Tim, what would you expect out of this game, playing Harmony Medtech and understanding the deck that I'm running here?
I would expect a lot of denial from your side of the game, and Lucas trying to dig out of a hole based on the games I've played against that deck.
Yep, that's pretty much the strategy here. Install, install, install. So we got 2 over R&D and HQ, and then a wide open remote. First is draw, second is sure gamble.
I expect that remote to be a mental health clinic.
Third action, trash it.
Nailed it.
Last action, another sure gamble.
Money for days.
Coming out of the gate with some cash. All right, Lucas mandatory draw. First is draw. Second click is draw. And third click is sweeps week. 4 in hands, who's going to gain 3 credits. First action on my end is a draw. And another. Third is Gorman Drip. Discard for Noise.
And so it begins. Now, Steven, you before this day, you played a lot with this deck, right?
No, I didn't. I played Siphon before, Siphon Incursion before, but never out of Noise. And we're going to go ahead and hit R&D there. Looking at a guard. Passing it back over to Lucas. Played Wizard Siphon Incursion at Gen Con last year, and it's kind of a similar thing, but this Noise version is probably quite a bit stronger. First is draw, and then Celebrity Gift for some serious money. Brain Trust, Shock, Caprice, Shikyu. That is just nasty.
He's running the good cards. Seeing this hand, do you go for it? Try to hit that Brain Trust? You only need 6 to win.
The plan here is you just need to get in and siphon. That's number one. I'm probably digging for a breaker, a knight, or a Crypsis. Anything. This is really kind of just a one-shot deck. Gonna run HQ and see if we need anything. It's just a barrier. Last action, Joshua B. Saying, hey, how's it going? And I forget to trigger Joshua B so many times. Just kind of not as familiar with the deck as I should be. I don't know if I miss it here or not.
Whenever you have like 6 resources and one of them is Josh B, and you're tagged, and you're just like, what do I trash? And it just hurts your head,
awful.
And you're like, ugh.
More money for Lucas over there. This looks great for him right now. We'll see if I do trigger Josh. Probably not going to, actually. And you can only assume that's Caprice down there, right?
You think?
First is Corroder. Second, we're running HQ. Going to pay 1.
Side game it up.
And let's side game it.
Can he do it?
Oh, baby.
What do you bid here, Steven?
This is actually one of my favorite parts of this game right now, even though I hate it as well. All right. You can spend 2. I'm okay with that.
You going to go back in?
Oh, yeah. Third action HQ.
Bid 0 again?
I'll spend 0 every time on this, Tim. Every time. It's like a hard siphon. And there we go. Trash Nisei. And that's going to open up the siphon. Oh, baby. This is good for me.
Brain Trust.
Oh, man. Also good
nailed
for me.
it. 4 points to win.
Eye of the Tiger there. And a count siphon for 1.
And
that's
you're
going to gain me 10. All right, so this is what you'd call, this is where it becomes a good start for me. At this point, Siphon's in play, HQ's open. I see a couple Deja Vus in hand. If Lucas ices HQ, it'll be harder, but you notice Gorman's going to keep dripping up as he kind of digs or gets money out of that Siphon.
That's what he does. I love it.
And then going to trash Jackson. I'm sorry, not Jackson. Joshy. Joshy B, which is okay. I think that's ultimately a good use. I should have got 5 clicks last turn.
You didn't know.
I didn't know. I just didn't know. First action is draw. And at 3 credits, I think you siphon here. I can assume what I will do is what I will ultimately do. Yeah. Second's going to be Deja Vu. Third will be Siphon. That'll gain 6. Go down to 0.
And he's broke.
And last, we'll trash
the mental health.
Trash mental health.
And now it begins.
Yeah, now this is awful, right? This just becomes problematic. I think actually one of the big mistake here in this game was actually forcing, or at least going into R&D and getting him to res that ice. If you don't let that happen early and just focus on HQ, then at this point I would be able to get free R&D accesses over that guard. So probably a better idea to wait on ice until you can get those siphons landed. First action on mine is going to be draw. Second is going to be draw again. Third's going to be Imp for another noise trash.
Imp is so good.
And with all these Gorman drips and things, it's easy to run out of virus counters.
Yeah.
Last can install the Knight. Do a little R&D threat in there. Pass it on over. This becomes difficult. On Lucas's end, you have to install ice, but you also have to be able to res it. And if you go over 4 or 5, you get siphoned again potentially. So it's hard. But this is kind of where the game is. And this only happens because ice is really easy to get through on Centrals right now. A lot of corps running kind of taxing ice that doesn't stop the run or do anything. And so it kind of opens the door.
It does. People aren't adapting like they have to. There's a lot of answers, I think. Got to run the big ice. You got to not res that HQ.
Do not even touch HQ until the siphon comes through. I would say that's appropriate. Lucas really considering his options here. And you start to see kind of how significant these Gorman drips can be. Do you purge virus counters here?
No.
You get rid of an Imp and 4 credits.
It's more than 4 credits. 6 credits, right?
But you spend a turn. Yeah, it looks like there's 6 on there. Install remote and gain 2.
I imagine we'll see a siphon here.
Well, first thing, I want to check that remote. I don't want him to be able to res it in response to the siphon and give me nothing. So I have to assume that this is like a Hokusai or something. Don't know exactly what it is, but I don't want any credits to leave the pool.
You want them for yourself.
Yes.
You're greedy.
First is a draw. And that remote could be, could be a snare. There could be some nastiness there, and if I lose maybe some of my siphon recursion here, it's not good. We're going to try it. We'll check the remote, and it is...
A breakthrough.
Wow, a medical breakthrough. Okay. Third is Deja Vu, last is Siphon. And this is what it looks like. Paying 1 to get through. Lose 5, gain 10. Passing it on over.
Seems good.
Yeah, another problematic. It's just problematic turns, at this point. Gaining 3 on Gorman. All the tokens. First action is draw. And that's the same old thing. God. Second is draw.
You gonna knight into R&D here?
This is Medtech, so we're on game point here.
Do you knight into R&D here?
I don't know. The thing about the Siphon deck is you have to hold agendas against it. So it might just be an HQ check here. Yeah, it looks like it is. Third just going to check HQ.
I feel a Shikiu happen here.
I mean, Shikiu is fine. He can only bid 3. Oh, there it
that's
is.
game.
All right.
All right, well.
Game over.
Nailed it.
Well, that was pretty much the definition of what Siphon recursion looks like out of noise. You got to give a big shout out to Sam Swede for kind of starting to turn noise this direction in my mind. And thanks to you, Tim, for building the deck.
No problem.
But congrats to Lucas. He's going to move on down to the losers bracket. I'll continue on, and we'll see how these games resolve. I imagine Lucas will find his way back in the top because having played against him like 3 or 4 times that day, he is a very good player.
He seems to know what he's doing.
Yeah, so stick with us, guys. We got more coming from Game Cafe in 2014. First regional this season for Netrunner. Catch us there.